share screen. We have lots to um, do today. I added to, oh, I finally found my invite. I don't know how many, little bit of housekeeping issue. I don't know how many are going to try to attend the Xaad Kil classes by Dr. Jordan Latchler. They start tonight. They are on Pacific Standard Time. Um, so be the same time zone as you, Geeskin.
Mhm.
Um, anyways, I was wondering why they hadn't sent me a link, and I found it a couple minutes ago in the junk mail. So now I have the link. It's the same link so for the whole week. But I teach it. It's going to start. It's going to start 4:30 Alaska time, uh, 5:30 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. So for me, I teach a class from 4:30 to 6:30. So I'll only be able to attend the last hour. But I'm going to try and make all the classes. That should be fun. Um, right.
Unfortunately for me, I have pool league.
Oh, that's right. Brings me back to the day when I used to belong to a dart league. And that was always fun. Okay, what else do I need to do? Um, oh, I added quite a bit to Q&A. Um, Hoots Kadungas, um, since you speak multiple languages, when we get to this part, you know, where is the restaurant, where is the grocery store, where's post office, pharmacy, gift shop, harbor, nice beach, where's the restroom, where's the library, where's the bookstore, where's the nearest coffee shop, where's the nearest gas station, um, that type of thing. Um, if you think of something, well, any of you, if you think of something um, along these lines, uh, here comes, I'm trying to remember his hiding name, Kim D. Uh, Shinawaa. It's
Do
Da.
do we have responses for this sentences? Giving direction. Where is the restaurant? It's behind the post office, or it's on your left, something like that.
Yeah, like, okay, where is it? Okay, like, forgiving if I make any mistakes, but like when I took Spanish, I think it was Donde están los baños? Where are the bathrooms? So I want to formulate those types of things in Xaad Kil because um, they're missing. We need to be able to ask, where's the bathroom? Where's the grocery store? Where's the nearest coffee shop? That type of thing. And then the only directional phrase we had in here was Watsqua, meaning over there. So then, but we also have Anana Ejan is nearby, or it's nearby. Well, I tried to add that. It's up the street, it's down the street. Of course, I'm thinking of
Okay.
my hometown of Cowsley. It's a one-horse town. It's going to be either up the street or down the street. It's not complicated,
It can be
but
in the middle.
but
Well, something like upstairs, downstairs, maybe.
yes,
Okay.
yes, we definitely have that. That's in the dictionary, but I'm trying to get stuff like this. These aren't in the dictionary.
Okay.
And these two I have to review because I have the directional GUI in two different spots. And the reason I did that is up is a preposition and down is an adverb in Xaad Kil. So the adverb usually is closer to the verb, so I put it closer to the verb. But now I'm questioning what I did. I have to review this. So I was looking in the Alaskan Hider phrase book, but I need to do more research. Hopefully, I'll have it figured out by Wednesday. Fingers crossed. But if you think of um, an everyday phrase or question, and if you learn them from learning other languages, I I just activated the Pimsleur app, which immediately gets you speaking the language. I mean, you start speaking the language immediately. You repeat what they say, and they were doing things like, "Do you understand? Do you understand, Senor, Senorita? Do you understand English, or do you understand Espanol?" Um, and so they get you speaking immediately. And within a half hour, you're supposed to be able to have um, the means to start conversing, understanding what they're saying, and instead of listening to the conversation, join in. So that fired me up. And so I'm like, well, why don't we have this type of thing in Xaad Kil where we're asking where's the restaurant and that type of thing. So if you guys think of something along these lines that you would like to know how to say in Xaad Kil, then we will jump right in it and add it. Okay, but not right now. But think about it. I gotta jump in. I'm 10 minutes behind now. I gotta do protocol. Um,
Oh, I think I already sent you some phrases last week. I think. Okay. Like what
really?
time does the event start?
Oh, maybe it went to
Uh,
my other. Maybe it went to my other email.
yeah, I wanted to say in what year this totem pole was raised, or what time does the event start? something like that, I think.
The last thing I got, well, not the last thing. In the Gmail, I got Great Horned Owl. In Hotmail,
I will.
I didn't see new phrases.
April 2nd.
April 2nd. Okay.
Yep, this one.
April 2nd, you said you wouldn't be able to attend class.
Yes.
Did you add the phrases in that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay. I didn't pull it up because I thought it was just a note saying you weren't coming to class. I didn't realize there was more to it.
I agree with the directions. I was curious about if we had words for things like north, south, east, and west, because those can be good directional.
Oh,
And
yeah.
another one is we're not always land in our history, so maybe upriver or downriver also would be some words,
oh,
Okay, yeah.
because we're so coast. I mean, we're so water transportation. I guess
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say, something to that.
In my little town, you know, I know where north, south, east, and west is. Very easy for me. If I'm if I'm in LA and I rent a car and the um, Google map tells me to turn west and be like, what in the heck is west? Tell me to turn right or left. um, that's just a little joke on my part. But yes, we need all of it. Yeah, these are good questions. That is uncanny, Boots Kadungas, because I was going to add a totem pole phrase. Um, and I ran out of time. So we're going to do as much as we can over, well, I shouldn't say the next two classes, maybe um, these this week and next week. Okay, I still need to get to protocol. And we have to do our Heidi introductions before we get to Q&A. Um, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm too excited. I can't think. Um, type in nation and we'll get the Heidi Nation anthem going. Okay, Tlejuga Usla, all rise for the Heidi Nation anthem. Yo ho, yo, yo, hey, hi, yo, hurry, ah, ah, yo, yo, hurry, hey, hi, yo, hurry, hurry, hey, hi, yo, hurry, hurry, hallelujah, hallelujah, yo holy, yo holy, yo holy. Hallelujah. 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 You may be seated. It's been a minute since I sang the Haida Nation anthem. I was struggling on we now I could sing it now that it's over. We need class prayer and class greeting. Here it is. After this will be Haida introductions. So keep your Haida introductions in mind. Of course, I'll pull them up on the screen. Class prayer. O Shanawai, O Sanan Itlakdas, O Salana, Hugin Sudas, Custant Itlanga Gudan. Have pity on what we are saying. Aji Singayan, Talan Kil Lagan. We thank you for this day. Ayat Atlin Itfu, Kajkit Sandalanga, Talan Kil Lagan. We thank you for gathering us here today. Hugin telling us das Itkatlight, whatever we're about to do, help us. Daman telling istie ana, so that we could do it right. How us and Shanawai, how us sanan itlakdas, how us salana, akun anshita. Last greeting, ki tidasa, adala isis, ditolan, atlan anas digunai lagan, dalan isa ses digunai lagan, dalan asandi pangilgan, ayat kilan talang skatang, talang anskil lagan, dahawa u hadkil talang skata sin. Greetings, good people, my friends, my family. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you guys have come. I'm honored with your presence. Today we are learning our language. I thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Let's learn Haida. Okay, we're gonna jump right into Haida introductions. I'm gonna start with mine. I'm gonna do a shorter one. I'm not gonna do my long lineage, just for the sake of keeping it short. Okay, here I go. Ki tidasa hadala isis atlan anashti gunai lagan dalang asandi hungilgang Rabiate Sinodikiang, Dakjus Iskin Huya Hadas, Hinuhadkish Dikiang, Di Uhatagan, Di Yalagan, Di Uyaklingagan, Shan Sil Plastang Udi Hasi Ejan, Kaustleis Uf Ejan, Kaustlei Ich Uf Belgan, How Okay, that's my short one. I said, greetings, good people. I'm happy to be here. I'm honored with your presence. My name is Rob Yates. My other names are Duck Juice and Huya Hadas. I was working up to the last second and I didn't even put my indigenous name in. Okay. Then what did I say? I said I'm Ida, I'm Raven, I'm a man of the Eklanis clan. Doublefin Kilowell is my crest. As you can see, it's on the wall behind me. And then I said, I'm from Craig. I live in Craig. And that's it. And then I thanked everyone. Okay. Hoot High, you're on the top of the list, and you're also first on here. Okay.
Hadala is Atlan an al di Goodnight Lagen, Tammy de la Garza, Hinu di Kiang, Hoot Hai, Hinu u Xaad Kil di Kiang. Good people, I am happy to be here. My name is Tammy Garza. My Haida nickname is Hoot Hai or Sunshine Eagle in Old Haida. Hawa'u. Thank you.
Ulagan. Okay, let's scroll down. See who the next victim is. Who's Kadangas?
Hadala Isis, Atlan an Alf di Gundenai, Lagen, Sébastien Clermont, Inu di Kiang, Uts Kadangas, Hinu Hatkil di Kiang, di Tadai, Tlalai, Tlaguna, Hidang. Good people, I'm happy to be here. My name is Sébastien Clermont. My Haida nickname is Huts Kadangas. I'm 30 years old. How are you?
Ulagan. Who's Kadangas? Can I offer one? One slight correction.
Yeah, I think, wait, yeah, I missed it.
So for three, yeah, Slunish.
Oh,
So, it
Slunish.
has this type of sound. Slunish. Slunish.
Slunish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ulagan. Okay, up next we have Skin.
Hadala is an Atlan an Achti Goodna Lagen. Iskin Hinu had Kikti Kiang. Dio Hatas in Sungat Dangung. Kwagwantan Udi Ijang. Good people, I'm happy to be here. My name is Big Bear Alexander. My Haida name is Gisken. I am Haida and Clinket. My clan is Kagwantan. Howau.
You just jumped this line though. But I knew exactly what you were doing there. Then we
Darn,
have
you
the
caught me.
long one. Kim
That's
D.
a long
Ka.
one.
Yeah, I have to reduce it to 75 so it fits on the screen.
Jeez, I didn't think it was that long. Hadala is Atlan an Achti Guten Ei Gulagen. The Lunks King's Ace die Guten Ei Lagen. Tony Bennett, Hinu di Kian, Tim di Ka, Hinu Hachif di Kian. Good people, happy to be here. Happy to see you folks. My name is Tony Bennett. I had a nickname is Kim di Ka, which means laughing goat. Hawa U.
Ulagan. MD Senawas está.
All right. Hadala Isis, Atlanan, an Eith, die Guden I Lagen. Nathan Bennett, Hinu di Kiong, Kim di
Oh,
Kasli.
I got your old name in here. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Wait a second. Oh, I've been calling you by the wrong Haida name today. This is correct.
Yeah.
I was doing a mixture of your old
Yeah,
Haida
yeah.
nickname and this one. Sorry,
This
my
one's a
bad.
lot.
This one
This
is correct.
right. This one's a lot harder to say. Kimdi, Kasli, Hifda, Hinu, Hat, Kif, Di, Kiong, Hawa. Good people.
Hulag and how thank goodness we have it typed correctly in here. I was saying it wrong today. MD Kashli Ishda. Um, yeah, that was tricky. I was mixing your old nickname and your new nickname together. Okay, Shlangala, Hawayagan, great job, everyone. We are jumping to Q&A, and forgive me, I am gonna jump around. I know we left off on page 5, but I don't think I'm gonna start on page 5. I have other new stuff. I might have to, well, I guess we'll start in here. We'll go to, I have some new stuff also in morning routine. Okay, so we want uh, to work on these questions. Santla, why? Gusu, what? Now, there are exceptions to these rules. What is not always Gusu. Um, so there are exceptions here. Santla, that's usually going to be as is. Planu is usually as is. Gistu, who? That one stays the same. Sanu, this one can be asked differently. Gisantu, when? That's the only one I know for when. Gistlu, how much? Um, so I want to, I want to start phrasing questions, how much, how much for this Honda, or how much for this pizza, and so on. And we do have a word for pizza now. And then there's geese who when like someone unexpectedly voted in for mayor or something like that. And you can't believe your ears, so you're like, who? Or it's a surprise. Um, maybe somebody's uh, gossiping and they say so and so ended up in jail. And they're geese do? Who? I want to make sure of what I'm hearing. That's what that is about. Geese to region, who is it? Some use it for who are you, but I guess that's a short version of it. Um, this is really who are you? But I do recognize this one years ago, before I started um, taking Haida classes at the college. My cousin called me and um, and she asked me geese to Egan, and I knew exactly what she meant. And I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Um, and then my brain caught up and I was able to say Robbie Tenu Dikion. Um, but yeah, this is the full version of Who Are You? Kistu Dun Agent. Um, this response, Lao Agent, we do it with the thumb pointing towards us because we don't have much Haida sign language. So we use it whenever we can. Lao Agent, it's me. Yankingwa is another, you're doubtful of what you heard. Oh, really? Um, and if you're really doubtful, you might ask Yankee and Kudungsu, are you telling me the truth? Um, okay. So we are going to be asking these type of questions. Why, what, where, who, when, how much? Okay. So we are jumping to the new stuff. Oh, I do have a new one in here. So the new stuff starts right here. Um, there's a few of these I agree with you phrases. This one is brand new. I just used, I found it in Enrico's dictionary, but I used one of our Kaigani nevertheless. We have like 3 or 4 of them. So I went with the old, it's older term in my opinion, Waskananu. Um, it's more old school, but I also think it's more poetic. We use it in our Sinyashadu song. Waskananu dangas kila askais watswadis dung kingandal sam ahe ahe ah. So this is more old school. Waskananu la Lotkin. Nevertheless, he agreed. Wadu, he gave in and agreed to it. Was this phonetics? This is like can, but with a Y in it. Can. Was can on, who, la is la, and then um, I'll just go Lotkin. Waskananu is going to be all said as one word. Waskananu, Waskananu, La, Lotkin. Nevertheless, he agreed. He gave in and agreed to it. Waskananu, La, Lotkin. Waskananu, La, Lotkin. Waskananu, La, Lotkin. Hoot Hai Dashwe Gusu.
Waskinen on U La Lotkin.
How Kiskin.
Waskenanu Latkin.
How Hoots Kadangas.
Was Kenyanu La Lavgen.
Um, Kimdi Kashli Ishta.
Waskenanu la Ladkin.
Hulagan. Kimdi Ka.
Waskianu la Ladkin.
Hulagan. Okay, now we're going to start with the new questions. Do we have more than one word for a restaurant? Yes, we do, but we're just going to go with the usual one, gatanai. Gata, to eat, nai, house. So it's like the eating house, which is our word for restaurant. Tranu is where. This can be pronounced all as one word. Tranu, Tranu, Tranu. Gatanai. These two get pronounced as one word also. The only word pronounced by itself is Ejun. Shlanu, Katanai, Ejun. Where is the restaurant? Shlanu, Katanai, Ejun. Shlanu, Katanai, Ejun. Hi, Dashwe Gusu.
Tlanu. Gut. Tlanu. Guta. Oh, I messed it up.
Oh,
Tlanu.
let me correct my
Ejung.
Katanai, Ejun, on.
Gatanai Ejung. Tlanu. Gatanai Ejung.
Perfect. How Giskin.
Kwanu Ketana Ijang.
Perfect. Hoots. Kajanas.
Tlanu Gatanai Ijang.
Perfect. Kindi Kashli Hista.
Guanu Katai Nai Ijang.
Perfect. Kimdi Ka.
Lanu Kainai Ijang.
How perfect. Okay. Wada is like selling. Nigh house, so stores like the selling house, the house where they sell you stuff. There is no Haida word for grocery. So when we say Wadanai, we're referring to a grocery store. Some technically it could be used for other stores as well. This is why I have grocery in um, my mind went blank. What are these parentheses?
Yes.
I got too scared to say parentheses. Klanu Waranai Ejun, where is the store? Implying that it's the grocery store. Klanu Waranai Ejun. Klanu Waranai Ejun. Hoot Hai.
Tlanu. Wadanai Ejung.
Hulagan Kiskin.
Lanu, Wadanai, Ejam.
Hoots Kadangas.
Plano, Wadanai, Ijang.
How Kimdi Kashti Ishta.
Lanu, Wadanai Ijam.
How Kimdika.
Lanu, Wadanai, Ijam.
How okay. Now, instead of sending you PDFs that are going to be outdated, I could send directly from here. And anytime this is updated, what you have will be updated as well. So let's do that. Now, some of you will be in here, some of you may not. So I may have to ask for your email. Excuse me. Okay, Hoot Hi, you're not coming up. Can you tell me your address, please?
From there, you'll go GARZA @gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. And now, okay, yeah, back in here. Okay.
Sebastian.
Who's Kadangas? You're in here. Is this you, Big Bear?
That's one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the normal one.
The other one you've been sending to is Heidelberg at Live. That's also
Oh,
that's
yeah.
also another email of mine.
Will this Gmail one work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just go with that. Kim Dik, your dad, Tony 8 at Yahoo. Kim
Yes.
Dika? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then here is MD Kashi Hista. So I think we have everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. And you're all editors. So, okay. Send. Okay. Now post office is not in the dictionary. So one of my students came up with this. He has a big database of Haida words. Hoots Kadangas knows who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kiwashai Kina. So Alan is letters. Hanjuda is to send. Na is house. So it's a house where you send out your letter. So makes perfect sense to me. So we have Tlanu, Colin, Hanjuda, Nai, Ejun. Where is the post office? Tlanu, Colin, Hanjuda, Nai, Ejun. Tlanu, Colin, Hanjuda, Nai, Ejun. Hoot, hi, that's right, Gusu.
Tlanu, Kalun, Hunjuda, Nai, Ijung.
Hulagan, Kiskin,
Planu, Kalung, Anjura, Na Ejang,
Hulagan, Hutskadangas,
Tlanu, Kalang, Anjuda, Nai, Ijang.
Ha'a, Imdi, Kashli, Hishda,
Lanu, Palang, Hanjudanai, Ejang,
Ha'a, Imdi, Ka,
Lanu, Along Hundunai, Ejung.
Ha'a. This one is in the dictionary. Tlanu, Kil is medicine, Nai house, Ejung medicine house. It's our word for pharmacy or drugstore. Tlanu, Kil Nai, Ejung. Where is the pharmacy or where's the pharmacy? Tlanu, Kil Nai, Ejung. Hoot Hai,
Tlanu, Hilnai, Ijung.
Kiskin,
Planu, Hilnai Ejang,
Hulagan, Hoots Kadangas,
Tlanu, Ilnai, Ijang.
Ha'a, Imdi Kashli Hista,
Lanu, Hilnai, Ejang,
Hulagan, Imdi Ka,
Lanu, Hilnai, Ejung.
Hulagan. Okay, there's no word for gift shop in the dictionary, so I developed one. So we have Wada, selling, Gedak, gifts, valuables, Nai. So you find gifts and jewelry at a gift shop. So that is what I coined for a gift shop. Tlanu, Wada, Gedak, Nai, Ejun. Where is the gift shop? Tlanu, Wada, Gedak, Nai, Ejun. Tlanu, Wada, Gedak, Nai, Ejun. Tlanu, Wada, Gedak, Nai, Ejun. Hoot Hai,
Tlanu, Wada, Gadaknai, Ijung.
Out, Kiskin,
Planu, Wada Gidak, Na Ejang,
Out, Hoots Kadangas,
Tlanu, Wada, Gidak, Nai, Ijang.
Out, Imdi Kashli Hishda,
Lanu, Wadai, Edak, Nai, Ejang,
Out, Imdi Ka, Are
I'm
you on
sorry.
mute, Kimdika?
I was on mute, yeah. Lanu, Wadai, Gaidak, Ni, Nai, Ejung. Yeah,
Close. This one is
close.
Gadak.
Gadak, Nai,
Mhm.
Ejung.
Perfect. How
Uh,
Okay, there is no word for boat harbor. So I just had to go with harbor. This is um this is the definitive, so it does mean the harbor. So Tlanu, Hawaii, Ejun. Where is the harbor or where's the boat harbor? Tlanu, Hawaii, Ejun. Tlanu, Hawaii, Ejun. Hoot Hai,
Tlanu, Hawaii, Ijang.
How Kiskin.
Kwanu, hi, Ijang.
How Hoots Kadangas.
Tlanu, Hawaii, Ijang.
How Kimdi Kashli Esta.
Ranu, Hawaii, Yijang,
How Kimdi Ka.
Lanu, Hawaii, Ijang.
How Chow Sali is one of our words for beach, and La in this case is nice. So Tlanu, Chow Sali, La, Ejim, where is a nice beach? Tlanu, Chow Sali, La, Ejim. Tlanu, Chow Sali, La, Ejim. Hoot Hai.
Tlanu, Chausali, La, Ijang.
How Kiskin.
Kwanu, Chausala, La, Salila, Ijang.
How Hoots Kadangas.
Tlanu, Cho, Sali, La, Ijang.
How MD Kashli Hesta.
Ranu, Chow Sali La, Yijang,
How MD Ka.
Lanu, Chao Sali, La Ijang.
How okay, I think I'm going to take a break from that for a moment. We need directionals like to the right, to the left. We'll also do north, south, east, west. Okay. Remember when we started, I asked you to think of something along these lines. Does anyone have something that they would like to have phrased in Xaad Kil? Like, where's the bathroom? Where's the kitchen? Um, that type of thing.
There's some sort of measurement, like how far, miles, or time. I'm not sure how you would ask.
Oh,
It depends on where you are. You know, where I live, they say it in miles. But when I grew up in Seattle, and Big Bear could probably relate, they always used to say, you'd ask them how far it was. They'd say it's about 45 minutes.
Mm.
So it just
oh,
depends.
yeah. Um, our people measured things by fathoms. So um, let's put in those type of things. Um, fathoms, and then time as a measure of distance. We could definitely do that because I'm going to bring up an example. Dr. Al Juve has a phrase that it takes an hour and a half to get to Seattle from Ketchikan. And I would imagine that's in her travel section. Of course, I can't find it, but I have it in the Google Docs. Um,
Would it be appropriate to say in response to some questions by boat, by car, by air travel, some words along those lines as answers to questions?
we will add that. Let me see if I could get Ketchikan. Yep, here it is. So we're going to copy and paste this because this is what we were looking for. This is proof that we could talk about how long it takes to get somewhere when you're traveling using time as a measurement. So we're going to copy and paste it into Q&A. And we're going to go down into page 30 something. Okay, we're getting close here. So yeah, we want it actually right above here. Copy and paste that in. It's the wrong font. We want Arial 23. Okay. Seatlin hits Cusket. Cusket is our time. Swanson, hour. NY, hour and a half. Egypt. It takes an hour and a half to get to Seattle from Ketchikan. So that is a perfect example as time, the way we use time as a measure of distance. Okay, and then we're going to add by boat, by plane,
Train,
uh,
car,
by train, car, and ferry.
or spiritually. We can be in a place sometimes when our thoughts are
Yeah, that one might be a little tricky for right now. I will
Bicycle.
use, what was that?
Bicycle.
Bicycle. Okay. Do we also want questions like,
also, can we have something, a phrase, something like FaceTime me? I know it's a different way to ask for a phone call, but is there a way to say something like FaceTime me, please?
yeah, that one should be easy. That one would be FaceTime is a proper, so we would leave that. And then Deek, so to me, and then we need the to make it a full grammatical question. So that is FaceTime me. And then
Hey,
in
Rob,
questions,
a question on that one though. So FaceTime me. So FaceTime here, we're gonna go ahead and consider it the verb, right?
hmm?
We're gonna
Oh,
consider FaceTime a verb and not a noun, right?
with when we're using
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to have a verb.
Okay.
It's like if someone holds up a like if I'm in a class and the teacher holds up a book, says, "Whose book is this?"
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I want to say it's mine. Um, I don't have to use a verb. I could just say like Dina
It's understood. I think the whole complete sentence would be you FaceTime me. But
Well, yeah.
isn't that how it's like more of a proper sentence? Am I getting
Yeah.
So yeah, and the reason I'm asking this, Rob, is because I was reading about this animacy when it comes to Haida. So like if you were to say, um, FaceTime called me, right? So FaceTime is an inanimate object, right? And me is an animate object, right? So it was an inanimate object, did something to me. Do you have to structure that sentence different if it's an inanimate object doing something to you versus something that's alive that's doing something to you?
That depends.
Like for example, like the stone hit me.
Yeah. Things like that take research because
Okay, okay.
what's an inanimate object in English may not be an inanimate uh, object in Xaad Kil, and also we tend to treat inanimate objects differently than in English.
Hmm.
Um, so also with inanimate objects, you may have to have the shape classifier. So if it's a rock, I'm going to most likely need a round object classifier to go with it. Um, so I would have to, you know, do little,
That's okay. Yeah, I was just like curious. I heard something about the inanimate objects making a difference on how the subject is structured, depending on who it's doing something to. So I was just wondering if it was like spelt differently or put differently here is all.
yeah. That's an interesting question. Hopefully we'll have time to get to it. There is a whole
Okay.
section on that.
air?
Before we jump off,
Isn't
hold on, Hutai. Before we jump off, if I don't type this, I may not remember. I want um, how much is the pizza? That type of thing. Um, Go ahead, Hutai. Real quick, we're out of time.
airwave is a way to speak of technology in an animate way rather than inanimate. Even though we can't see it, there's an airwave. So if there's a way to maybe translate the word airwave at some point in time for something as far as animate and inanimate, I'm just touching on what Nathan said, but it's a
Okay.
solution to talk about an airwave.
Okay,
Okay.
airwaves and in animate objects. Oops, I didn't mean to type that there. Okay, guys. Whoa,
How
yeah. I'm making lots of mistakes here.
Rob's going to charge us for overtime now.
Yeah, we better jump off here. Okay, guys. So, I'll be adding some more questions. Hoots Kadangas. I'll add the ones that you sent. Um, maybe it'll remind me of the totem pole phrase that I was going to add. So we're going to work on questions. We'll eventually get to inanimate objects, which is in a league of its own. Okay. Some Lunas Galungwaj King Song. I'll see all of you folks on Wednesday. Hawa'u.
How
Oh,
House Stone King Song.